I'm Frank Sepe with NPCNewsOnline, and we're here at the Pittsburgh Pro, actually at the restaurant of the host hotel, with Greene and George Farrah, his trainer. Now, 20 weeks out from the O.
Yeah, wow.
I just saw you eating chicken.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Breaking news.
A lot of chicken.
So you just guest pose, and you know what? The crowd always responds to you the most favorably. They love you. You are the people's champion, whether you like it or not. I know you have respect for everybody else, but they love you, you know?
Man, wow. First, thank you guys for, this opportunity to address the people. And, man, this is just a really awesome opportunity to have this platform. Wow, I am just very, very thankful. Thankful for a lot of things. Number one, as you just mentioned, the support that is out there. It's overwhelming, and it's awesome because it's spiritually renewing, and it is a lot of times. Sometimes you can see somebody do something. You can see them on camera. You can feel like you have a relationship with them, and you may not know it or not, but behind the scenes, behind that facade, there can be a host of thoughts of uncertainty, doubt, fear, a whole lot of things that sometimes we take for granted may actually exist in the heart and the mind of a champion, or someone that we expect to be almost impervious to those kinds of realities. But the truth is, we know that that's a reality all too well. And I'm saying this to say that if you've been a person that was sitting out there and said, hey, you know what, I want to try to make my thought or my idea known, I want to express to those people or to that organization or that I support, that I love, I respect, I appreciate, hey, there's something about that I think resonates very well with what I'd like to be a part of, and you have offered a word of encouragement. Thank you.
I've probably seen you here about 12 times over the last couple of days. So I guess we're on the same eating schedule. But you're always nice. You always take the time to say, hello to your fans, and a lot of people aren't like that, I mean, let's be real. I've seen a lot of people just walk straight past people when they, all they want is a picture and stuff. And you're very, very, nice to the fans. And I think that has a lot to do with the reaction that they get from you. Like, they feel like they know you. Like I've always seen you extend your hand, and that's really important, I think, as being an ambassador for the IFBB and this organization. So that's a good thing. So now you got George here, your trainer. George, what are you going to do to dial this guy in for the O?
First, I want to say thank you for having us again, man. And I want to thank the boss, man, because for an amazing, Mr. Mannion always does an amazing show here in Pittsburgh, and we thank him for having us, because without him we won't be here. So thank you, Jim. Speaking of dialing him in, I thought we really came in very, very good last year. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of props. A lot of people tell us. Of course, there's always negativity. People say this, if this, and if that. If he didn't act like this on the stage, we put all this behind us. So I told Kai, I said, listen, okay, you're number 2 in the world. It's all right. You know what I mean? We can deal with it. But let's not give up on the dream. You know what I'm saying? And we need to believe. He always believed. He always taught us to believe and always, talk about it. So when you have that belief in your heart, I don't think anybody can stop you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he lost any fans.
Exactly.
By acting the way he did on stage. I think people saw that as, listen, this guy's pissed. He's being real. I think when you're, especially being from New York,
yes,
that old saying about a dog, you could either kick a dog and in a corner and he'll die, or he'll come by and bite you. I don't think that he did anything wrong by acting the way he did.
And I'm not really necessarily talking about this because, it might have helped us because they know he means business. Yeah. Dude, we work hard. Like everybody asks me, wow, how can I look like this off season? Dude, this guy doesn't eat anything bad all year round. You know what I'm saying? You saw him here. 20 weeks out, he's still eating the chicken, the rice, the dry stuff. But I mean, that's why he looks the way he look when he guest pose. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to work so hard, you know what I mean? And you got to let another person pick on you, it's not going to happen. So that's why you saw what you saw. You know what I mean?
So now you got the Olympia coming up, right? And we discussed this before. It's like, you know, if you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. You know, you got to come in the best you possibly can, right? And then chips fall where they may. But honestly, are you still letting Phil get under your skin, or is that past you? You're over it.
Well, you know, I wouldn't want to go on record saying that I let, you know, anyone get under my skin.
Yeah.
I would definitely think it's more important to say that being Mr. Olympia is still important to me. Mm-hmm. Being Mr. Olympia is still important to my camp, and you know, I speak for all of us when I will go out on a limb and say that we've pledged our resources again.
Yeah.
You know, to work towards seeing that vision realized, and more importantly, I also want to thank all of the wonderful energy that has come, you know, as a result of, you know, seeing the things that have happened over the last few years. You know, it's really interesting because a lot of times, you know, the victories that we can celebrate are not necessarily, you know, the ones that we can measure by first or second place. You know, sure. I've now been traveling the world. I've got a really cool opportunity, you know, in front of me. Opportunities that I never, you know, never may have seen as possible, you know, 15 years ago or 20 years ago, to not only travel the world, but then also have an opportunity to have a certain esteem in the eyes of people, and with that, an influence that may at times be the only thing that is a voice of reason, or that voice that can help to influence someone to do a very positive thing that they would otherwise need to do, but probably would look to hear it from you because they see you as a role model. They see you as a person that, oh, you know what, I'm going to listen to you because I respect something that I think that you've been able to accomplish, you know. So, you know, that's a victory. Mm-hmm. You know, that it's a really important thing to remember and to be very responsible with how you handle it, you know. So I'm really thankful for that. You can't.
Certain people, they're just not likable. It's just the way it is. They don't have charisma. They're not likable, and when people see them on stage, they have, no matter what they look like, they don't have a reaction to them. They're like, okay, you know? It's very rare to have the charisma and to have that likability that you have. Why it resonates with some people, we don't know. You can't put your finger on it, but you're in that position where, you know, it's great. It's great. There are people, and over the last 20 years in this sport, that they were great bodybuilders. They were on stage, but they were just had no personalities. They were very cold, and people couldn't really resonate with them. Like, oh, there's that guy again. You know, there was like people who had the personalities to go along with it. Like, you know, you had like Dorian Yates had that mysterious vibe about him. People wanted to know, like, you know, the Shadow. What's going on with the Shadow? You know, Flex Wheeler, that LA guy. He's in, you know, Venice Beach and hanging out with his boys. You know, like he had that tremendous genetics, and he had that outgoing personality. Chris Cormier, like, people want to know, and like now in today's sport, there are very, very few people, and you're at the top of that, you know, food chain right now, where people, like, they want to know what you're going to do next, good or bad. They want to see you compete. They want to see whether or not you're going to beat Phil, or, you know, and it's just the way it is. So it's great that you're traveling the world and you're doing these things, but you just, you know, whether you like it or not. People are going to be up in your grill and your business and want to know what's going on with you, you know?
Well, it's a blessing, and it's an honor, and it's also a big opportunity to do some really good things. Yeah. And, you know, we've been talking about this stuff last year and going into this year. we welcome it, and we embrace it, and hopefully, more importantly, going forward, we'll be able to demonstrate that in more vivid dimensions.
What I'd like to see is the NPC Kai Greene show. I haven't seen one of those. I like to see the NPC Kai Greene, you know? Yeah, I mean, that would be a good thing, you know? That would be good to see. Like, you know, I think it would be a packed show. I think it would be a packed house. But, you know, we always like it. We always tell, you know, we always talk over the years. I've probably known Kai for 20 years now. I've seen him around and, you know, seen him at the gym and all this stuff.
Got old, anybody?
I'm older than him. But, you know, we wish you, you know, like I said, you have a ton of fans on NPC News Online. We put anything up with you and, you know, it gets a tremendous amount of views and stuff. So you want to I'll give you the mic. I know it's late. We're going to the boss's party. Just want to talk a little bit about his prep and getting ready for the show. And
Yeah, you know, the most important thing you pointed out about Kai and the reason why we made us like all a good team and stuff, even like including Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. You know, we sat down. He's part of Team Farrah, and you know, we sat down and talked about it. It's about being humble and being, you know, it's very important to be humble and not show off or like act like you're somebody you're not, you know. And this is when the people start relating to you.
Yeah.
And you know, there's nobody more humble than The Rock or this guy. I mean, you know, and he'll attest to that.
Yeah.
And he's a guy with 100 million followers. You don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Takes his time to talk to everybody. So this is what we really like. We look up to one another. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You know, like Dwayne Johnson told us. He said, "It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice." You know what I'm saying? So and it's really good. Now going back to his prep, what we're doing is basically, as what you just saw, we're taking it easy. We're trying to stay clean all year, eating better, keep the waist down, keep things, because I really, you know what, we're gonna keep knocking on the door, man. You know what I mean? You know, these guys gonna slip. This guy's gonna go right in. And this is what's happening. I mean, we saw it last year how close it was. That's why he's having more fans. I mean, this has been our third year, you know, like knocking on the door so close, man. But I don't know, man. I have a good feeling this year. I have a very good feeling. So that's what we're doing right now.
You forgot to mention the fact that behind the scenes, we are holding hands and singing Negro spirituals.
Oh boy, yes we are.
what's your favorite spiritual? You know, I'm always asked, well, you know, who do you like in bodybuilding? Who do you like in this? And I have to stay impartial too, you know, because we put everybody on their site and stuff. And you know, it's not. I always want the best representative. For me personally, like, you know, we want to push the sport forward. And I like Phil. I think Phil's a good guy. I like Kai. I think Kai's a great guy. You know, I want to see the best physique that day win. You know, I want to see, you know, if he comes in with a great, you know, package and he deserves one, I want to see him win and, you know, do everything he was supposed to do in this industry, you know? Exactly. So I wish you luck, of course, you know, your spirituals and everything else. And, you know, we've got to get over to that party, but thank you for taking the time as usual. And, you know, for our NPC fans out there.
NPC News Online, thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity. Team Farrah. Man, I gotta send a special shout out to my family over there at Muscle Meds, and Rock Body Cafe, and all the people out there that are doing their job behind the scenes to help keep our sport alive and growing. Thank you for your support.
You could check out Kai. We got a lot of Muscle Meds videos up on NPC News Online, so we'll have some training stuff up there as the time comes, as we get closer to the Olympia.
Wow, let's get it.
You got last words from?
Yes, don't forget about me. Human evolution, everybody.
There you have it. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Frank Sepe for NPC News Online.